Chris Spiker for AV Nice, also AV Florist. I'm with Bob Adelman, Bob FM, and all the other stations.
And I am a Bob, not the Bob.
Bob FM is just a very clever idea.
Yes, well, there's different Bobs in different states, because just because I'm Bob doesn't mean I am the Bob.
But
I'm a Bob.
They might have taken that from you.
Actually, I have to pay to use my own name. Isn't that ridiculous?
And it's spelled the same.
Exactly. That's Bob with one O.
Bob, you've been in radio a long time in the Antelope Valley.
A long time. Longer than you've been in flowers, I think.
It's possible. We've both been in and enjoying what we do for a long time.
I wouldn't say enjoy all the time, but most of the time I would say that you're partially correct.
The reason we're having this meeting today is because Valentine's, a month before Valentine's, you called the flower shop and you had an idea for a Valentine promotion between the AV Florist and the radio station.
Correct.
I was flattered that you asked me, and that you asked me so early, and that when you thought about Valentine's, you had to think about flowers.
Exactly.
When you thought about flowers, you thought about AV Florist.
You're the first name I called, the only person I called, and that's the way life goes.
Sometimes you have a quote, that hand in your pocket is me putting money in, not taking money out.
Yes. Yeah, that's what we do. I mean, most people think that in advertising that we're trying to take their money, or what we're trying to do is take it from. We're trying to give back to the community. We're trying to make things happen for people. We're not a charity. You don't give us donations. We have to give you something in return, and that is valuable advertising.
It is an important business with an important product, an important service. And we had a lot of fun with that promotion. We had a successful Valentine's, as I hope you did.
Hope we put some money in your pocket instead of taking it out, like you just said.
I think you did, and that allows us to continue on.
There's other things. Mother's Day. I don't know, is Father's Day a flower thing?
It could be. It's like, remember the Sahara forest?
Right.
It used to be all trees. Things change.
That is true.
So maybe Father's Day will be a big flower holiday.
Yeah. Or Grandfather's Day.
Grandfather's Day.
Yeah. We could take this to the nth degree.
There is something happening every day.
Absolutely. So how is business?
Well, business is pretty good. It's a lot of work. You got to show up. You got to have product. You have to be there when they call you or when they click on you.
Question.
Yeah.
Okay, and I've always wondered this, and I know you're supposed to be interviewing me, but this is kind of like switching it around. What do you do with all those flowers when they're dying?
I take some of them home.
Yeah.
And my wife loves that, They still have some life.
Right.
Some
have to throw them away.
And, we throw more away now than we ever have.
And why is that?
Because there's not the activity that there used to be. There used to be busy all the time. 3 designers going nonstop. It's not that way now, and we have to work a little harder. And so every once in a while, I spiff, and I think that's a radio term, right?
Right.
Sure. I donate something, or I put something on the front desk, or I go by someplace. And in promotion, it's the boss that has to be involved.
Absolutely.
You can't just print a bunch of cards and put them out there. You have to go out.
And I guess just like people say that radio is it dying or not because there's iPods and there's Sirius Radio, there's Pandora, but actually there's as many people listening to radio once a day than there ever has been, and that's from Nielsen. But in your business, it's the same thing. I can see that. Like my son just bought something. He lives in LA, so he couldn't go to your place. It would cost him more in gas than whatever. But what he bought was roses. They were beautiful, but they were preserved. They last a year. Mm-hmm. What is that all about?
That's kind of weird, huh?
Yeah.
Someone's going to look at those. Well, they did that with silk flowers.
Right, but these are real flowers.
Are real flowers that have been preserved.
Yeah.
That was the big deal this year.
Yeah.
A whole box of them, kind of in a little pave,
right.
2 dozen in a box.
You ever think you might do that?
I would never say never.
Okay, all right.
You know, we need to go out of the traditional way of doing things and look at other gifts, smaller plants, more succulents, air plants, things you can't find everywhere.
Well, just so that you have something real to give people who are watching this, we will give them free advertising for a year. That's a joke, Chris. No, we're not doing that. You look shocked. You're going to be the first one to sign up.
You were off the script, man.
Okay.
Chris Spiker with AV Nice, AV Florist, talking with Bob Adelman, Bob FM.
And Kale Away.
And
The Heat, 100.9.
And
Cape Padre, our Spanish language station, 104.9. There you go. And we have a few others, but you can't hear them.
a lot of stations.
We have 10.
That's exciting.
It's work.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of fun work.
A lot of work.
Bob Adelman.
All right. Chris
Take care.
Spiker.